Hello, we're going to be working on a Silent Dragon family Tàijíquán drill. This particular one is for Liu Jin, but it's really good for vision, like any Sun Tui drill, for the idea of retreating and keeping the spirit or the mind or the intent forward, and maintaining the ability to be open, settled, structured, good stance, not tight and out of balance and closing in on oneself the way might one do if sort of fearfully retreating. So there's a more purposeful retreat drill. It's very simple, but even though it's comprised of a couple simple elements, it tends to trip people up in particular ways. So we'll see if I can share those with you. My plan is to move the camera a bit so that I'll maintain facing the same orientation, but I'll give you different views by moving the camera, because I'll be talking about the points of the compass, and I think if I just simply turn myself, then I'll have to change the points of the compass that I'm referring to. That may throw you off. So I've set this orange stake down, and that's our north-south line. So north is the direction I'm facing, and you are to the south of the events. So the stepping is front stance to front stance. And we have that moment here of checking in on our central equilibrium where I hang a foot. And if hanging the foot is not leaving you quite as stable as you like, you can touch that foot down. You can hang it. And you can touch it down, maybe right away, maybe if you need it on occasion, whatever you like. So I'll just do this in the other direction before I start talking about directions. So not terribly difficult. Of course, we're interested that people don't do this sort of thing. And we're also interested that they don't do this where my silent momentum forced me to continue the step rather than my choice. So having that check-in with the Zhongding here, that I'm not having momentum carry me through, either momentum or mass, either mental momentum or mass momentum. I think I misspoke there. So that I am here. I know where I'm going, but I am currently here, and I'm choosing to step. Okay, so pretty straightforward. We want to keep the feet straight. It's a front stance. That is not a terribly difficult thing to do if you've been studying with me for a while, but we're likely to challenge a little bit when we get to the drill, particularly keeping those feet straight. So I'll be doing this facing south. So the practice for me is to recognize that my heels, with my left foot forward, are oriented, right, on the diagonal here, southeast and northwest. And when I take the next step, they'll be southwest to northeast. And then southeast, northwest, southwest, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, northeast, right? Still, my feet point north-south, or they point south throughout. So receiving force from this direction, right, so southwest-ish, I guess I'll come over here where my face is on the camera. Receiving force from the southwest in this stance is really pretty contrary to my stance. Receiving force from up here is kind of nice. I have the length of my stance here to receive that force, so I can shift my weight. It gives me time to collect myself and collect my jin, right? And it gives me a chance to rotate. So a lot of nice stuff can happen, which is a pretty good reason for somebody to challenge me structurally balanced from here, right? So the practice is for me to change my stance so that if I presume the challenge is from this direction, I change my stance to match that, and then I'm going to lead that energy that I meet over here. And we're going to do it on the next side. So very simply speaking, right, we're just doing our Liu Jin. Or we're bringing the hand to the shoulder to protect the high gate, and we're bringing the other hand to the hip, the groin, the kidney, to protect the low gate, right? There's just a nice generic here. And as I do that, of course, I'm turning my awareness, my mind, my eyes, more to the rear. I say more to the rear because I don't know how flexible you are. I want to make sure our knees are healthy, our feet are straight, and our balance is good. But somewhat more to the rear, and perhaps peripherally, fully to the rear. So here. And then, other side. And I'll talk about the directions here in a minute. I want to just try and get a few of these. So, timing-wise, I'm preparing to have my hands move vertically when my feet are together. And then I complete the step, heel down, no weight. And then I can shift the weight, turn the trunk, and apply the Liu Jin. So here, so now I'm addressing that diagonal, right? I've gone from somewhere to the rear to addressing the diagonal, southwest for me, stepping to the northeast, but still pointing south with the toes. And then receive from southwest across the body to the northeast. Right? So here from the southeast, across the center that's moving and shifting and turning to the northwest. Right? Nice posture. And then I don't want this arm to start rising up. That's where people get into trouble on this. I want to just supinate that arm as I'm stepping into the empty stance here, and then meet and receive. Supinate, meet, receive. Supinate, meet, receive. Supinate, meet. So this is me clearing, connecting, collecting, whatever that might be, their tool, their arm, their leg, and receiving it across. Right? So that's the drill. See if I can give you another view of the same drill here. See if I can not disturb the camera too much as I do it. So now I'm just placing the camera to the west of where I've been, hopefully a bit level. So I'll continue to face the same direction. I guess what I'd better do is raise the camera a little bit too. So I'm in the same position. Maybe you can even see where the camera was resting over here. So now, as you look at the camera, that's north, that's south. I am now facing east, and the camera is to the west. You might be able to tell because the shadow is being thrown. The sun is going down right now. So here, here, so as with all of these Shantui exercises, we want to make sure that we don't lean, that we don't have our momentum taking us back, that we don't retreat seemingly well, but actually be tight or anxious or imbalanced in some way. So often people retreat and they're closed and folded, tight, and heart, not breathing well. So besides the basic choreography, there's some things that we'd like to do here. So what I don't want to end up doing is start these hands moving before I have any foundation. Okay. So I want to make sure I'm down, and then I can receive. Here, I'm meeting, and my heel's down on my left foot, so I can receive from the southwest, lead to the northeast. Receive from the southeast, across towards the body, across the body that's turning, and to the northwest. Now, people who have studied this with me before are often going to kind of get here, or they'll start to get here because they kind of have the familiarity of the movements from the form. So remember, we're just coming down to more or less 6 o'clock, and even though I had been drawing the energy from southeast to northwest, I'm going to be changing and going to the southwest. So if I go from southeast and I really commit to northwest, then I have this kind of lateral sweeping motion rather than a rise from beneath to meet the southwest. So we just want to make sure we don't get too carried away with the swing there. That's kind of included in the thoughts of momentum that I mentioned in terms of mass and mind, but also the manos. I think I might be out of the screen here. I'll do it a little bit closer, see if that helps. Maybe here is good. So that is our Shēn drill. So enjoy that. Thank you very much.